So, we've all had those chats with AI, right? You ask it to write an email, whip up a picture, or settle a bet with a trivia question. It's pretty cool. But what if the conversation didn't just end there? What if, after you asked, the AI could actually do something about it? Well, the next giant leap for AI is already here, and it's called Agentic AI. And trust me, it's not about what AI can say anymore, it's all about what it can do. This is the tech that's going to fundamentally reshape, well, everything. Our jobs, our industries, our daily lives. Understanding this isn't just a nice-to-have anymore, it's essential. Welcome to the AgileWoW podcast, your trusted partner in Agile, Scrum, artificial intelligence training, coaching, and innovation. AgileWoW is on a mission to build communities, empower professionals, and accelerate the learning curve, one conversation at a time.
Okay, let's really get into this. Picture this. You tell an AI you need to fly to a conference. Instead of just showing you a list of flights, it finds the best option, you give it the nod, and then it books the ticket, reserves your favorite aisle seat, drops it right into your calendar, arranges a car to the airport, and even checks you in 24 hours before you fly. All from one single request. That is the massive shift we are talking about. We're moving from AI being a passive tool, like a calculator, to AI being a proactive partner, almost like a personal chief of staff.
So what exactly is Agentic AI under the hood? Well, it's basically about systems that can look at their digital world, figure out a multi-step problem, and then take action on their own to get a goal done. The really key phrase here is with minimal human participation. Think of it like this. Regular automation is like a train on a track. It follows a set path perfectly, but if there's a surprise cow on the tracks, it's game over. Agentic AI, on the other hand, is like a self-driving car. It has a destination, sure, but it can navigate traffic, react to roadblocks, and find totally new routes to get there. It's built to handle whole, messy workflows, not just one little scripted task.
And this right here, this is the heart of the matter, the big tension we're going to unpack today. How do we balance this incredible promise, a future with almost unbelievable productivity, with the cold hard fact that giving AI the power to act on its own creates a whole new universe of risks we have to be ready for? Because as we're going to see, the very same power that lets an AI fix a bug in your code is what could let it accidentally, or not so accidentally, cause a system-wide failure. It is the classic double-edged sword, and we need to understand both sides of that blade.
So how does an AI actually do stuff in the real world? It's through this surprisingly simple but incredibly powerful process called tool calling. Think about it. If you ask an AI, hey, what's the weather in Tokyo? The language model itself doesn't actually know. It isn't connected to a live weather feed, but it's smart enough to know how to find out. It looks at your request and goes, aha, for this, I need my weather tool. It then calls that tool, which is basically an API. Your app runs that function, grabs the real-time data, and then feeds that info back to the AI. The AI then uses that fresh data to give you the answer in plain English. That simple little loop, that's the key that unlocks the real world for AI.
All right, let's start with the promise. Because when you take that simple tool calling idea and scale it way up, giving an AI access to dozens, even hundreds of tools, you get nothing short of a revolution in how work gets done. This is where the hype gets very, very real.
And let's be super clear, this isn't some pie-in-the-sky sci-fi concept. The projected market for agentic AI is, wait for it, a staggering $196.6 billion by 2034. That isn't just a new feature, it's a fundamental economic earthquake, and the tremors are already starting. The companies that get this right are going to have a massive advantage. And hey, if you're finding this breakdown useful, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. It helps us keep you ahead of the curve.
So, let's take an area we're passionate about at AgileWoW, software development. We are moving way beyond those simple little coding assistants that just finish a line of code for you. No, we're talking about agentic systems that can handle the entire software lifecycle. Imagine just feeding an AI agent your product requirements. It then designs the architecture, writes all the code, creates and runs the tests, finds and fixes its own bugs, does a security check, and then deploys and monitors the app. That is true end-to-end automation.
And just look at the impact in the real world. One Fortune 500 company actually did this. They automated their routine software maintenance with Agentic AI. The results are just jaw-dropping. A 300% increase in development velocity and an 85% drop in bug rates. I mean, come on, those aren't just small improvements. That's a total game changer for any tech team. It frees up your human developers to focus on the cool stuff, the real innovation, instead of just grinding away on maintenance.
And it's not just about writing code, not even close. Look across the board. In healthcare,
These systems are analyzing patient data and cutting hospital readmissions by 40%. Hop over to e-commerce, and you've got agents personalizing user experiences in real time, boosting conversions by 180%. In finance, they're nailing fraud detection with 95% accuracy. And for supply chains, AI agents are managing inventory so well that stockouts are down by 90%. The efficiency gains are just popping up everywhere.
But, and you knew there was a but coming, with all this incredible power, all this efficiency, there's a paradox. As we hand over more and more of the keys to these autonomous systems, we also introduce profound new risks that we are only just beginning to wrap our heads around. The whole tone shifts here because the stakes get so much higher. Researchers looking deep into this problem really hit the nail on the head. The very thing that makes these agents so powerful, their ability to act on their own, is exactly what makes them so dangerous. It's a direct trade-off. The more control we give up for the sake of efficiency, the more risk we are forced to swallow. This isn't just a theory, it's the fundamental dynamic we absolutely have to manage.
Now, the most important thing to get is that autonomy isn't some on or off switch. It's a spectrum, a sliding scale of control. Let's just walk through this. At the lowest level, 1 star, the AI might just figure out a basic program flow, but the human is still deciding how things are done. Level 2, we let the AI figure out how to run a function we've picked. Now the human just decides what gets done. At level 3, things get a lot more serious. The model decides to run tasks over and over again until it hits a goal. The human just decides what tools are in the toolbox. And then, at the highest level, 4 stars, the AI is creating and running its own new code. At that point, control has almost completely shifted to the system. Knowing where a task falls on this scale is absolutely crucial for managing risk.
Let's make these risks feel real. Take accuracy. The promise is that an agent can check multiple data sources to be more accurate than a regular chatbot. Great. But the peril? It's the risk of a cascading failure. Imagine a financial agent misreads a single number in a report. It then uses that bad data to automatically rebalance a portfolio, then it drafts a summary for investors, and then it places trades based on that wrong summary. A tiny little error at the start snowballs into a massive, damaging financial mess before a human even has a chance to blink.
Or think about how helpful these things can be. The upside is amazing, freeing us up for creative, strategic work. But the downside is something psychologists have warned us about for years: automation bias. Basically, we become so dependent on the system doing the work that our own critical skills start to get rusty. We just stop paying close attention, assuming, the AI has got it. And that makes it even harder to spot when the AI does mess up, because we've lost the context and the skills to even know what to look for.
And nowhere is this tension more obvious than with safety. The promise is an agent that can go into a hazardous chemical spill or a disaster zone, saving human lives. The peril? An agent that has the keys to your entire company's kingdom, your cloud services, your customer database, your email, could get hijacked. It could become the ultimate insider threat, causing catastrophic data breaches or spreading disinformation at a scale and speed we have literally never seen before.
So it really all boils down to this. The more autonomous these AI systems become, the harder it is for us to figure out what went wrong when an error happens, and the faster the damage from that single error can spread through every single system it's connected to. That is the core challenge we have to solve to unlock all these benefits safely. Just a quick reminder, this episode is brought to you by AgileWoW. If you're looking to level up your skills in this new AI-driven world, check out our upcoming workshops on product management, agile leadership, and artificial intelligence. We teach you how to leverage these powerful tools responsibly. Visit our website, www.agilewow.com, for more details. So, faced with this paradox, do we just stop? Do we just pull the plug? No, absolutely not. This technology is way too powerful and beneficial to just abandon. But it does mean we need a clear, responsible path forward that puts human control and human values right at the center of everything we build.
So what's the game plan? Well, researchers suggest a pretty solid 3-part framework. First, we have to think of autonomy as a dial, not a switch. We need to consciously match the level of autonomy to the level of risk. Booking a table at a restaurant? Go ahead, turn that dial way up. Managing a city's power grid? Yeah, we're going to keep that dial way down with very strict human oversight. Second, we have to build in rock-solid human controls, clear boundaries, and a big red off switch that actually works. And finally, we need to invent new safety guarantees to make sure the AI can't just find a clever loophole around the rules we've set.
All of this, the incredible promise, the very serious risks, and the path to safety, it all leads to a really powerful conclusion about what the future of AI should probably look like, especially in the professional world.
You see, the most valuable and the safest path forward isn't a race to create some fully independent, all-powerful artificial intelligence. Not for now, anyway. Instead, the real goal is to build effective partnerships between humans and AI. We need to build systems that augment our judgment, that supercharge our abilities, and that handle all the boring stuff for us, but that do not replace our critical thinking and our final say. The future isn't fully autonomous. It's semi-autonomous, with a human intentionally kept in the loop.
Ultimately, agentic AI is coming. Its power is undeniable, and it will change how we work and live. So the real question we all have to face isn't if we'll use these agents. The question is how. How will we design them? How will we put guardrails on them? And most importantly, how will we choose to partner with them to build a future that is not only more efficient, but also more responsible, and ultimately more human? Thanks for tuning into the podcast, supported by AgileWoW. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow the podcast, leave us a review, and share it with your team. And if you want to advance your Agile journey, check out AgileWoW's upcoming trainings, events, and workshops, all designed to help you grow faster, smarter, and together. Until next time, stay agile, stay curious.